I only take the most disciplined clients. That's why they're all very successful, passive income, investment portfolio. Anyway, carry
Living in a tent on Castle Hill, yeah.
3 grains of rice a day. Everything else is in growth assets. No. Any advice and information from this podcast is general only. It has been prepared without taking into account your individual circumstances and needs. Before acting on any advice from this podcast, you should assess and seek advice on whether it is appropriate for your needs, financial situation, and investment objectives. And we are back.
Happy New Year.
Hello, J-Mate. Happy New Year. Nice tie. Did you wear that last year?
Yeah.
Anyway, well done. Hello, everyone. I'm wearing black because I just want to cover up the extra pounds from Christmas, but let's not talk about that. Plenty of, beer and Skittles pretty much. That's pretty much all I ate.
Beer and Skittles.
If you've been listening, no doubt you have. Our listener base has grown. I think we're in the 8 figures now. It slowly creeps. Christmas time, it was 7 figures.
How much beer and Skittles did you have, Yannick?
Yep, still recovering. And I might have listened to some of your advice regarding sort of tempering back what we spend on Christmas. Can't say the same for my wife. Anyway, how did yours go? Were you disciplined as a financial advisor should be?
I'll say yes, sure. Yeah.
You would, eh?
Yeah.
Just here on Sundays paying off her Christmas debt. Anyway, that's a Jess problem. So this one, Jessie, what are we sort of delving into now?
New Year's resolutions.
All right.
They seem to come about this time of year. January, we're all thinking, all refreshed, wanting to kick some goals. What do you want to kick? What's your financial resolution this year, Yannick?
I've got plenty, but I guess what I want to sort of add is this is our favourite time of year, sort of, because along with all the gyms that are out there, our phone runs hot. Everyone's come off Christmas. They've listened to our podcast. It didn't quite go so well. They definitely spent more than they should have. They've done the New Year's resolution thing. I know with my kids, I'll get to that in a bit, but usually it's like personal physical goals and financial goals.
Yeah.
So like, I've got to get my health on track and my finances. So between the gym owners and us, the phone runs hot because everyone's New Year's resolutions. Got to book in, sign up for that new gym membership, cut back on all my subscriptions, and I need to sort my finances out starting January.
It's a good time of year for us. Indeed.
So we're busy, but we thought we'd slip this in just to highlight that, and then it usually peters off, but we'll sort of get there. So to go back and answer your question, which was?
What's your New Year's resolution?
Financial or personal?
Either or.
We'll keep it financial. To be more consistent in earning passive income. There you go. Yep. And maybe to stick to some more of the sort of financial goals I've outlined. I'm not huge on the New Year's resolution. It's a time to reflect on all that, but I try and build some, especially on the financial side, I'll try and implement things throughout the year, I guess. That if you've come up with something in August, there's no point waiting till January to implement it. So I guess that's where mine is. Continue to learn, continue to build, especially in the finance world. Know plenty, but could always learn more, and that always helps me and clients. What about yourself?
Very nice, very nice.
Let me guess. Do more than 4 weeks of work this year. No, do less then.
My goal's probably to work less. Yeah, that'd be nice. But I wish I worked 4 weeks a year. I don't know. I think I might be on the gym train, I think because I'm like 32 now. Apparently you lose like 1% of your muscle mass each year. So I'm like, I need to go lift some weights, I think.
30, downhill. Wait till you hit your 40s. Aches and pains. But okay.
But financial-wise, I think I need to – I've seen some things on my like life insurances and super. I'm like, I should have. You're always looking at everyone else's, all the client stuff, and then you go look at your own and you're like, I should have updated that or fixed that up. So I think that'll be my New Year's resolution, to make sure my ducks are in a row. And
we've probably outlined this before to all our clients. financial advisors are very similar to chefs and mechanics.
Do tell.
Mechanic can fix everyone else's car during the week, 40 hours a week, making everyone else's car run smooth, keep it maintained, so it keeps the cost down.
Yep.
And they're the ones probably kicking around the clapped out whatever, or the one that they just haven't serviced because they haven't got there. Chefs are the same. Cook all these beautiful meals for people during the week. But when they get home, the wife and the kids cop cheese toasties, baked beans, and maybe some Maggi noodles if they're lucky. Financial advisors, you just outlined it. Looked at 300 super insurance and investment statements in the last month.
Yeah.
Might not have looked at mine.
We don't want to do it in our spare time.
That's a lie. We know how much it helps. So practice what you preach, all that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
So maybe that should be your resolution goal.
Practice what I preach. Yep.
Instead of spending your day helping out clients, you just sift through yours and find the best investments, best strategies, cost-cutting insurance that you can.
There you go.
Sorry, clients, our doors are shut for the next week while we look at our own finances. So usual things happen. We've seen most years, Christmas period, New Year's resolutions happen. As we said, the phone runs hot. Everyone's trying to book in, sort out these things. They've had an epiphany on the 1st of January after 10 champers and some fireworks, like, I really want to make my super work harder, or I'm 50, 10 years old, can access my super. Is it working that well? Right, I'm seeing a financial advisor next Monday. Next minute, that doesn't quite work out. I guess what I'm getting at is, how come most people sort of fail to stick to those resolutions they outline?
Well, I think there's a lot of reasons. Like you kind of mentioned on another podcast, people might have this goal of saving 90% of their income, which is just, I don't know anyone kind of doing that, but
discipline. I only take the most disciplined clients. That's why they're all very successful, passive income, investment portfolio. Anyway,
living in a tent on Castle Hill,
3 grains of rice a day. Everything else is in growth assets. No, okay.
But I can't remember what I was going to say.
What the resolutions and why they're so hard to stick to. What makes them so hard? How is it not hard to just go, right, I'm going to set aside $100 a week. That's going to go onto my mortgage, or that's going to go towards a fund for my kids' uni or something. Why? Why is it that hard?
I kind of feel like long-term goals are a bit harder, can't English, to visualize. So if you're saying I want to pay off my home loan in 20 years, people might start putting money aside, and then after 6 months, they're like, oh, why am I doing this? I could go buy a Ram or a Land Cruiser car. Why am I putting in? I think it's really easy to lose focus.
Is that even though in the modern age we live in, we can do pretty much everything from our phone or laptop. We can access the world's information. Like when I grew up, it was all about encyclopedias and going to the library. Or if you didn't have a subscription, you just couldn't. There was no YouTube or anything. We've got all this access. It should be easy. ChatGPT. But everywhere you go, you're heckled by advertising.
It's crazy.
That word of consumerism we sort of talked about today compared to 10 years ago, 20 years ago, is probably a lot harder for people not to spend. Is that a fair assumption?
I agree. Yeah, 'cause like I think you said in the past, you can just, your phone's there all the time. We're all on our phone all the time. There's ads popping up, social media.
You're getting grabbed everywhere. TV, subscriptions.
How easy is it to sign up for a subscription? I've done it accidentally sometimes, and they get you. It's wild.
Ads, Temu are good at it. They've got a pretty wicked business model. They're happy to advertise and get you to buy that product. That initial product will cost them, but they probably know out of the billion people they reach, 900 million will buy again. And that's where they sort of, and I guess that's where your plan of like, right, I'm going to save that extra $100 a week or whatever, turns into 90, turns into 50.
And Temu is much more exciting than paying off my home loan.
The spinny wheel thing, the flashing lights, the epileptic fits from watching all the thing.
I could have it in a few weeks.
Couple of clicks and it is there. Don't have to drive anywhere, don't have to try anything on. It's a big one, and a lot of clients sort of struggle with that, as you mentioned. They might have these financial goals, they're long-term, it's going to take a bit to get there. But consumerism is a real thing, and it's definitely something a lot more prevalent now.
Yeah, for sure.
Good or bad, not everyone's sort of built to withstand it or block it out. It affects some people more than others, and we've seen some people come through that have big debts on some not so nice things. And I guess, it's sort of they've had their moment, New Year's, where they're like, hold on, I'm 25, 30, 35, 50, and I've got a couple of flash cars that aren't that flash anymore. I've got a heap of nice clothes.
Yep.
I got $5,000 in the bank, but I want to be like that guy who's now got, I don't know, why has he got more than me? It's a story for another time. Unless the listeners want it, we can definitely delve into it, because we've got the experience of meeting hundreds of people a year now that we can sort of build insights on. But it's not as easy as you think to really push towards those, I like to call them non-sexy financial goals.
Yeah.
Paying off a home loan sooner, who wants to do that? Holiday in Bali looks way better.
Maldives, yep.
Yeah, okay, it's
very nice.
And as we mentioned before, there are things in place you can use to make it easier. Like systems in place to sort of make it hard to fail, but it's still a challenge, isn't it? Buying livers online. Yeah, we talked about that. It's a struggle. Just up to the person if they want to keep revisiting their goals. Short-term pain, long-term gain. Is that something?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. And you touched on it before, the unrealistic goals thing. We talked about it in our Christmas editions on sort of setting these goals that are kind of, everyone's got different parameters, but are you finding that sometimes unrealistic goals, that's what sort of hurts people?
Yeah, I think it's really cool, but some people just come in all guns blazing. They're like, let's do this. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And then it's all a bit too much, and maybe someone's gone out and bought 3 investment properties, and then they've had to change jobs, and they don't have enough money to kind of pay off the investment properties because they're negatively geared, and then all of a sudden we're going to have to sell the investment properties at the lower end of the market, and maybe jumping too hard.
Yeah, some people do. Horses for courses. There's a heap of spam out there. Even if you Googled real estate investment or share market investment, you will start getting spammed from, I guess, all the messiahs. Not to say that we're not messiahs, but we definitely won't reach out and grab you by the throat from our YouTube ad going, you should leverage up and buy the next 4 investment properties, use your equity, and then next minute, bang, your missus has 3 triplets, and you're like, oh my God.
Oh, not the triplets.
Okay. Unrealistic goals, they might sting you, and I guess I dare say you probably sit with your clients and just sort of definitely listen to them, add some objective realism to, look, saving and investing 90% of your income is a really good idea, but can you maintain it over the next 6 months, 12 months, 24 months?
Yeah. Then there's unexpected things that happen as well.
Okay. And that comes up. And are they all bad? Unexpected costs? You yourself have seen clients, see them at the start of the year, savings plans are going really good, they've got their goal, pay more in a super, buy a car, whatever. Not so much buy a car, they're saving to buy a house, that's probably a big one.
Yeah.
You see them 6 to 12 months later and the plan hasn't quite the execution hasn't quite gone to plan. Do you berate them and make them do push-ups for their failings, or do you sort of talk through how come, the goal was to save 30, 40 grand, but, unexpected things happen? Like what can they be, I guess?
If you guys come see instead of Yannick, I won't make you do push-ups, by the way.
Yeah, I'm flat out doing one. But, these things come up.
Yeah.
I think we joked about it in our Christmas special. Shout out to all the French Bulldog owners out there and the Dachshund owners. You are a vet's dream, just like CrossFit is a physio's dream.
Yeah.
These things will happen. You've got this savings plan in place. Right, this year we're going to save 50 grand. That's going to be a fair chunk of our first home. 4 months into it, poor old Frenchie Bulldog, whose name's probably Alfred or Frankie
Frankie.
blows a hip, does a spinal nerve.
Poor Frankie.
15 grand, the vet is like, thank you for that 15 grand, that saved your dog. These things will happen. They are different to splurging on the Balenciaga shoes or Louis Vuittons.
Look at you go. Yeah.
Happens. And you've just got to be realistic. Not here to, look, I'm happy to hug. You're not so much of a client hugger. I'm definitely a serial client hugger, but
Yannick,
you might not get the same hug if you sort of if your goal was to save that amount, but you've got a brand new jet ski sitting in the backyard and you've missed the boat on buying that house that you wanted or setting up that investment.
It happens all the time. Some clients are killing it, doing their goals, whether it's saving, putting into super, and then the vet bill comes and something's happened to the dog. Some
things you can't control. And they're just unexpected. They've got to be covered, but don't let that sort of set you back. You might just have to kind of reframe, reset, and kind of go again.
For sure.
Yeah, so you'll get there. Long-term game, short-term pain. Okay. And I think you've covered on it before. It sort of helps along the way if you've got good systems in place or habits. If things are automated, I think you're big on like the automated thing. It might take
automation.
A little bit of time to set up, but once it's done, it's done. And it's in the you don't have to think about it, whether it's setting up that direct allocation to your savings account, if you've got an investment account, if you're saving for your investment property or whatever it is, or super.
Yep.
Having it automated so it's there. Just helps with how busy life is. Is that a fair assumption?
Yes, and the best thing is you just forget about it. Like if you're putting $5 a week into a savings account and your robot computer is transferring it for you every week, then all of a sudden you look in that account and you've got a few grand, $10,000, and you kind of forget about it because you're like, oh, the vet bills come up. Okay, I'm just working on what I've got coming in, going out. I've forgotten about the $5 a week I'm putting aside, and just having even just a small system or habit in place. Things keep going in the background and doesn't affect you as much, I think.
Yeah, okay.
What do you think? Systems and habits to kind of...
I think that, they're definitely something that help you get towards that goal, especially when they're larger goals. Saving for a house, whether it's your first house or another house, can be a big deal because it's not just a couple of thousand. Depending on how you use this new government incentive. Story for another time. But, sometimes house deposits might be $50,000, $70,000, $80,000. You might have a couple of kids. You might be just starting your career. Your income's kind of in the middle or whatever. But I think you had an insight on breaking those really large goals into smaller steps, incremental steps, whether it's month by month. Instead of looking at saving $40,000 in 1 year, you're kind of saving X amount of dollars per month or every 6 months. Yeah, okay.
I feel like mentally I struggle with long-term goals. Like for me, it's exercise. I struggle mentally with exercise. Like if I've got to walk or run a certain amount and it's, it's 5K or something, I'm like, oh my God. But when I go, I've got to run 1K and I get here, reassess, I can do 2K. Like maybe more short-term goals and more mentally viable.
Whether they're physical or financial, they're still demons. Yeah, you're right. It's it can be daunting, and especially for our long-term clients. I suppose if we talk about super, they've got this goal. Hey, I would like to have $1 million in super by the time I'm 60, so I can have an income of 40 or 50 grand a year. To get there, they might need to build that several $100,000 more. That's a massive kind of step.
Yeah.
And there's going to be ups and downs there. I guess turning it into incremental bits, year by year, contribution by contribution. And I guess the same can be said for the physical side. If you've got to do, like some of my clients have to do 1,000 push-ups if they bought a jet ski. No, I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Breaking it down. My wife's a lot fitter than I am, and I guess, breaking it down to small steps. I look at my kids now when they do physical stuff. They go do a cross country. They're able to sort of, just break it down into little bits, and that might make it more achievable. Everyone's got their own methods on getting through that. Financial-wise, I guess that might help them as well. Yeah, okay.
I feel like it gives you a bit more confidence too when you achieve a goal, whether it's small or large, and then it gives you the motivation to keep going, maybe?
Little bits of victory in the short term.
Yes.
If you've got a 2-year plan, that's a long time between drinks. But if you can break it into every 3 months and you see that your account's gone up or you've saved this much on interest, that's a little bit to celebrate.
Give
every
yourself
bit.
a pat on the back, yeah.
You know, for all the gym junkies out there, those little bit of gains or weight loss, every little bit, whether it's the scales or the mirror. For uni students, I remember going through uni, it was like, holy schwack-dolly, how am I going to get through this? You just keep chipping away, subject by subject. Maybe an apprentice is the same. 4-year apprenticeship, first year they're getting paid less than peanuts. Everything's really hard. You're getting heckled by all the tradies, but just month by month.
Well, you did this. How many years of study did you do when you got through that?
Depends if you count some of the failed subjects I had. But, usually a part-time degree is 6 years part-time, 3 year full-time for a business degree.
Yeah.
Failed a couple of subjects, was added on, but at the start, it was just holy moly. How am I fitting this in with full-time work, full-time study?
Kids.
Pesky kids. Lucky I had a pretty impressive wife who sort of did most of my assignments.
Oh.
No, that was a joke. I guess you've just got to get those little building blocks in, end goal. Again, whether it's physical, financial, or professional, you've little celebrations in between. I'm not one to celebrate the little bits, but my wife definitely is. They're good things to celebrate, I guess, just to keep the wheels turning over. Yeah.